If you ever wanted to learn how to jump higher than ever before, stay tuned and I'll show you how. All you need are some weights or some kind of semi-heavy resistance and just a tape measure and a pair of shoes.
Start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done.
$1,186 eccentric. Oh, 90.5 inches. $1,284 peak eccentric, 1,084 peak concentric. Wow. Whew. $28,100? What? 29? No way. 24,200? 23,800? 23,100? No way.
Okay, so what I just demonstrated there, I went ahead and put my stuff away, was the French contrast method, which is post-activation potentiation, PAP, if you see that on the internet or in reading the interwebs. PAP, post-activation potentiation, is this idea of pre-activating your muscles by doing a semi-heavy or pretty heavy resistance training to activate these muscles, and then immediately, within 30 to 60 seconds after that effort, jump. And what that does is creates loading on your muscles to wake them up, basically. And when doing so, it allows those muscles to fire more than they would have had you not preloaded them. And I don't use French contrast exactly the way Cal Dietz, who is kind of credited with PAP, well, actually he's not, because he got the idea from the French contrast, the French, but he is one of the biggest proponents of it for his hockey players and his other athletes. But that said, I do a version of it, but what I just demonstrated to you was my recent experiments with it. And let me tell you what, in the broad jump, it wasn't as dramatic as it was in the vertical leap. With the broad jump, let me back up. The broad jump, I did a K-Box Eccentric Flywheel squat set, 5 reps. I went all out. 1,200 watts, over 1,200 watts on the eccentric load, and 1,100 on the concentric, or just at 1,100, and immediately went into, with caught my breath, immediately went into a broad jump, and it did 90 something odd inches. And that said, it's not a great jump for me, but my muscles were heavily loaded. So I did that set first, and then I went ahead and did the deadlift set. And yeah, getting everything set up with that, I went ahead with that. I used my OVR jump set, which is a laser-based vertical leap measuring device. And with when I was saying about using a tape measure, this is the lowest tech. I love the broad jump because it's the safest way. It's the most accurate way of measuring things, because you can visually see where you land and confirm that in fact you did jump 90 some odd inches. But that said, I went ahead and set up for the deadlift in the next one to demonstrate the French contrast with the deadlift. And prior to that jump, my PR in the vertical leap, not loaded, granted I was a little bit tired, not loaded, was 26.1 inches. And that was several weeks ago. And I just done the video I just shared with you of me jumping was during a pretty heavy training block. I jumped, as you saw, over 29 inches in the second rep, and that blew my mind, absolutely blew my mind. And I would like to think, even though the broad jump wasn't as impressive as I had hoped it would be, the second set of the heavy lift, being the deadlift, really activated those muscles and allowed me to jump that height. Blew my mind away. Your mileage may vary, but like I said, you don't need sophisticated tools like the OVR. And granted, it's sophisticated, but it's not expensive, which is a total game changer, by the way. Not sponsored by them. OVR, if you're watching, and all the hype I give you, sponsor me, but it's an awesome piece of equipment. But like I just put it down, the tape measure is your best friend. As long as you have a long stretch of unobstructed, safe place to land, and relatively soft. I got a rubber floor here, but they're stall mats. They're not super soft. But give PAP, the French contrast method, a shot. It is mind-blowing. Doing that and finding out and seeing what your body can do, because I guarantee you most people never would have thought of lifting heavy and then immediately jumping. And the vertical leap and the broad jump, but the vertical leap in particular, is one of the most heralded demonstrations of pure athleticism there is. But the problem is most people don't train it because they don't think they can improve on it. And as I just showed you, you can do that. Thanks for watching.